Hello YouTube world, Mac Daddy 1911A1 here with the Shade Tree Survivalist. This video here is going to be for those guys and gals that are have entered to win the tool giveaway. And what I am showing you right now is the end of Betsy's forend, the Sage International chassis, the bottom of the Picatinny rail, the Magpul AFG angled foregrip, and the original Sage International foregrip. I'll pan the camera down a little further. There we go. You can see a little bit more of it. And what I want to do is describe to you how I use the tools that I'm giving away to you guys, because I'm giving away a lot of the tools, the type of tools that I use. Not my tools. Mine have a lot of wear and tear on them over the years. But I want to show you how they have come in very, very handy. Now one of the tools I'm not giving away is a hacksaw. Okay, like this baby right here. This is my dad's hacksaw, and it's one of my most prized possessions. It is one hell of a damn saw. But they make miniature hacksaws you can buy for just a couple of bucks. And how would you use a hacksaw in conjunction with the 4-in-hand file? Now, I'm giving away one of these, and you can see mine's been through the freaking mill, I promise you. This thing's about 16, 17 years. I need to clean it up with a wire brush, knock some of that surface rust off. But how do you use it on your weapons? I mean, what would you use it for? Alright, I decided I want this angled foregrip right here added to the rifle. So I bought it, waited with anticipation to get it, got it, and it wouldn't go any further than right there, or maybe to the second slot, and that was absolutely it. It would go no further. And it was because of the way the sides are designed, and especially these guards here that I call wings at the front of the angled foregrip. Now I'm like, oh man, you've got to be kidding me. And I really thought long and hard before I did it. But I went ahead and decided to take my file system and file it and clean up those sides, and back down in this area here, clean it all up so that I could slide it on. Well, the next problem I had is it was sticking way the hell out here, and the camera really can't see where I'm pointing at, but it was sticking way out here up to the front. It just wouldn't go far enough back, or maybe it was right in here. I don't remember exactly. I was looking for those damn pictures and I couldn't find them. But anywho, I was like, well, what am I going to do? So I made the decision overnight to just take the Sage International foregrip off. Well, I did a video on that, and you can go back and look at it. I'll have to annotate it or something, because right off the bat I don't remember the name of it. I got 600 plus videos up now. Some of them high quality stuff, some of them just thrown up there from my cell phone or whatever, and I can't remember the title of every one. But I didn't like the look of it. I just didn't like that bare look, the naked look of the chassis without the Sage foregrip. So then I made a decision to cut it out, and that's where the hacksaw came in handy. Now, I used a lot smaller one than this one, but this is just an illustration showing you, one of the other tools that I used. I traced it out. I laid the angle foregrip up on it. I traced it out with a Sharpie marker where I wanted to cut it. I cut it, and I actually saved the damn pieces because I just, I don't know why. But anywho, then I took the 4-in-1 file, and I keep bumping the damn camera stand, and I used it to shave off the edges here on it so that it would work. But I also had to cut down these damn wings, the little guards up here, the hand guards, and the sides of the angled foregrip in order to have it slide down on there. So it was a couple of hours, couple of strokes, try it. But I don't know what kind of plastic this stuff's made out of. It just says durable polymer construction, but that is some of the toughest damn plastic I've ever seen in my life. It's as tough as wood, and so is this stuff right here. It took some effort, took a lot of filing and work to get it to work out the way I wanted it. So that's two of the projects with the 4-in-1 file and a hacksaw that I did on Ole Betsy. Okay, the next thing is I used in this shot right here, you can see 3 different things, and I'll point them out and then I'll tell you what all I use them for. But up here on the strip clip guide here, it was replaced when I first got the rifle, and I used this exact same file to file the piece that replaced it, but it was for a Springfield Armory Generation 3 scope mount. And they replaced the stripper clip guide with one that has a bolt hole through it, so you can put this big damn screw in it. Never could get that damn thing to really stay in, sighted in, and I wound up getting rid of it. Then I got this one, and I only had to hit it once or twice with the file, and it went in. It was still a good snug fit, but it wasn't overly tight. Let me zoom in on that for you guys, or you really won't understand what I'm talking about. Damn camera, aggravating as all get out. But anywho, I had to file out the little piece here that inserts into the stripper clip portion of the dovetail that's manufactured into the receiver. If it's too tight and you go to beating it in, you're going to break the damn thing. I'm talking about the receiver. The receiver by itself with nothing on it is over $500, so we don't want to go that route. And it takes a whole lot to lap in the new bolt, put the new barrel on and all that good stuff, and then put all the other accessories. So I use the little triangular file, or the little diamond, well, it's triangular file, to do that. The next thing is I use a punch set to, which actually I didn't have a small enough punch and wound up later going and buying one, but I used a real tiny disposable drill bit to knock this roll pin that held the original factory bolt lock out. And then I use the punch, well, I take the roll pin to it and I use the punch to drive it, the new one back in for this extended bolt release. And then let's back up. I'm just about to get ahead of myself. Tell you what, okay, here's the trigger group out of the rifle, and you can see I've greased the P-whacking out of it. And here's the trigger guard. But right up here in the front, let me see, okay, get my little pointer out here. You see this hole right here? Okay, there's a roll pin in there, and that holds the magazine release in it. When I added this extended, the Satellite Industries extended bolt, magazine release, I had to drive that pin out. Well, I used my punches for that also. So that's 3 items right there on that end of the rifle that either a punch or a file was used to work on the rifle and to get it into the Sage International chassis and get everything squared away in perfect tight fit. But it has been, you know, without these hand tools, you know, you're going away from home. You really could screw it up. So having the proper hand tools is a great thing. So you see, just on the rifle, there's, you know, all kinds of uses for these tools. If you're really careful, really take your time, don't get in a hurry, okay, you can do all kinds of different things. I built a locking gun rack so I could put my less expensive guns that really won't fit in the safe up on it and keep my grandson from getting into them. Okay, I keep the ammunition locked up in the safe, but there's no sense in him being able to take them down and mess with them. So they stay locked up, and I'll roll in a little short video of that and show you guys and explain how I use these things. Okay, here is another project that I built, a locking gun rack, and I use the files on this one quite a bit to smooth out the woodwork and so forth. But what I did is I cut the ends and the tops and the front pieces, and I nailed it all together, and I took the files that I have and I cleaned up the round edges. Then I put in some of the felt in there so you can slide the guns in sideways. Put the barrel in the hole at the far end to keep it from being taken out, and you can see the holes down there. You turn the gun over on its side, slide it through the slot, set it up in there correctly, straight. Then you pull the locking bar down, and I just used a simple trailer hitch lock like the Reese hitches. It's a pin that goes right through the bar, and just slap a lock on there. Now I did that to keep these guns out of my grandson's hand. And there's a recessed shelf in here and a recessed shelf in here, so when he comes over I always put my 1911 there. And all the other guns, the valuable, real high-end guns, are in the gun safe, so they're locked up and I don't have to worry about it. But that's another one of the projects that 4-in-hand file just absolutely came in all kinds of handy. I mean, it just really, it really turned out nice, and Kimmo had to do the decorating with the coloration and so forth. And it was my first attempt. Like I've always stated, ladies and gentlemen, Mac Daddy is no kind of a carpenter, but it came out very nice. And then little accent pieces like this one here that Kimmo recommended I put on there, and then this piece here, and this metal piece is reinforcing this. But I mean, it really came in nice. I mean, it came out really nice. A screwdriver set, which I would not use a gunsmithing screwdriver set, but if you have a high quality screwdriver set, that came in real handy. But yeah, those tools have 1,000,001 uses, ladies and gentlemen. And maybe you can do a project similar to this. But here's a little kit, my Nicholson kit, and absolutely invaluable. Okay, you can take this flat mill bastard, you can sharpen really dull machetes and knives. You can get them started, and you can work with a rock. The fine rat tail file that they call a round file in here, 6-inch. You get the smaller ones for chainsaws, and you can get the very aggressive one like the one I have. And then of course the triangular shaped file that's really, really good. They call it a slim taper file. Awesome. But then the best is the 4-in-hand. I love this. It has been one of my most useful tools, and in conjunction with a good drill motor, which is a drill, electric drill, a good drill bit set, and a good hammer. I mean, you can really do some work on different tools. But anywho, regardless, this is Mac Daddy 1911A1. I hope this gave you some ideas of what you can do with these tools and how valuable they truly are if you get out and use them and learn how to use them. You learn something new every day. The day you stop learning is the day you might as well just fall off in the grave, because life's pretty much over with. But this is Mac Daddy 1911A1. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this video is helpful in some way, shape, or form.